G'day, Chris Walker here again, and you're down to 3 days before the 30-day challenge begins, and I thought I'd just run through a few of the outlines of what we're going to be doing, just to be a bit clearer. Now, we've talked about in the first video, we talked about the fact that most of the great geniuses that come to help us are specialized in an area, although they might claim to be specialized in the whole of life. The fact of the matter is very rarely it's mainly a snapshot of where you are rather than moving you from one place to a higher place and then continuing that movement again and again and again. So life is like a school, and if you come here to go to school, you might as well learn. And so every single day there's an opportunity to learn and grow and become a better person and get, I guess, more in touch with your real nature. Now, a lot of people are confused about what this real nature that we need to get in touch with looks like, but basically it's really simple. It's action, and it's not your mood, and it's not how you feel, and it's not whether you like apple pie or ice cream, and it's not which religion you belong to. They're all important things. What's important is to understand that our real nature is actually emptiness. If you finally connect to your true nature, which is another word for soul, or you're just who you are really deep inside, you'll find that it's undifferentiated from another person, and that in fact two people are exactly the same. And going even deeper than that, you'll find that you have the same nature, that actually their nature and your nature, it's not one soul and two souls, or not one person and two people. It's actually just all one thing. It's like a big bowl of soup, and we rise out of that soup and we put on a suit and we say, I'm a me, I'm an individual. But at the end of the day, we all belong to the soup. And it's really important, I think, at some stage in your life progress is to really identify with the fact that that we are all connected, and at some deep level, way down below all the thinking and the books and all the stuff, we're all connected to each other. We're all brothers and sisters. We're all family. No matter where we live and what we believe, and no matter what outfit we put on or disguise we put on, at some level we're all coming from the same place. So we've explained already that the Wheel of Fortune is unique. What it does, it just takes the idea that you might do an emotional balancing, you might shift through some emotional stuff, but that needs to be escalated into the health, and you need to upgrade your health program or eat better, because that new mental state is a more aware one, and it needs a more aware body. Once you've gone into the more aware body, the environment you live in becomes more important, and it's not about becoming organic or greeny or becoming all, you can choose all those things, but what it's about is about organization and making sure that you consciously and deliberately are surrounding yourself with things that make you aware of your own nature, of your own desires for manifestation. So, it's no use putting a picture of a dead person on the wall and then hoping for a happy life. We need to put things, or putting the ashes of a loved one on the shelf and then thinking that's going to make us inspired. So we need to be conscious of both the workplace environment and home environment. And I'm going to talk a lot about that throughout the 30 days, because biophilia, which is one of the areas that I am very passionate about, which is the use of nature in the development of human potential, is just a profound opportunity to surround yourself with things that really keep you up and keep you back on track. We'll move across into the mental state, and what I'm going to do in that phase of the work is encourage you to start ongoing education, to raise the bar on your knowledge, on your skill base. Now, that's not fragmented learning. It's not about reading books on photography, it's not about reading books on kayaking and then another book on knitting and another book on sewing. That's all fine. That's called hobbies and keeping yourself busy and interested in all that. What I'm saying is there's a core skill base that you say that at some stage you'll say, I would like to be good at that. I'd like to be good and actually earn money from and become let's say acknowledged in that field. And these are the books you need to surround yourself with, and this is the websites you need to be on, not on Facebook, not on all this other stuff. All that's just distraction. What you need to be doing is focusing on your stuff, and we'll work a little bit more on that, and that builds self-worth. The financial upgrade is really about Vision Quest, because when you decide to expand your life, it costs. And so we will split your Vision Quest into 3 phases. What do you want to be? What do you want to do? And what you want to have. And in the 7 areas of life, we'll be saying what do you want to be, do, and have in each of the 7 areas of life. It's a very exciting process, and it'll come around week 3 in the 30-day challenge. And finally, and second to last, is a new self-talk. If you know, when you make a garden, you pull out the weeds. If you don't stick a flower where the weed was, it's guaranteed that another weed will grow there. And we need to improve our self-talk as we improve our life. The things we say to ourselves subconsciously, we need to make those statements, let's say, less than subconscious. We need to actually inject ourselves daily with statements that affirm where we're going. From a child, I had a statement, I don't want to be here. And it was really a little boy who's gone through some trauma and just kept saying, I don't want to be here. Well, the here was in trouble, or the here was in some other place. But when I finally became an adult, I don't want to be here became a bigger here. And it finally became quite serious, because I started saying I didn't want to be here at all on the planet. And that's when I made a fairly significant shift in my self-talk and started to give myself a new story, that I have a service to perform and I'd love to do that, and I love to help people, and I do what I love and I get paid well for it. And I created a whole series of statements that I had to consciously inject, otherwise the weeds of my childhood would grow up and take over the garden. So finally, it all comes down to this. It comes down to action. What are you going to do? And the behavior you have. And we're going to be doing some fabulous exercises each of the 30 days. So it goes like this. There's stepping stones. This is not a flat line. This is stepping stones. So what we do on the first day, which is mind peace, we'll do something new on the second day. It doesn't mean that we discard what we did on the first day. We keep doing what we did on the first day and add to it what we do on the second day. On the third day, we add to it about the space we're in, the environment. We add on the next day the assets, what we're going to appreciate and learn about, and our skill. And we add to that on the fifth day some sense of destiny and some sense of creating the future. And then we put on top of that self-talk and we change our action. Now that's the first week. The second week, we build from that point. We create a concrete plinth, we create a platform, and we build the second week on top of the first week. So we're going in cycles, these complete loops, but at the end of the loop, we're not back where we started, we've grown to another level, and then we'll cycle again and grow to another level. So after 4 weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4 there on the diagram, you'll see that you will have gone through four identical cycles, but each one will have started where the last one finished. So each day you move on to a new habit. You won't be throwing the old one away, you'll be integrating it, and you're becoming good at it. And so it might take you 10 minutes the first day, it'll take you 5 minutes the second day, 1 minute the third day. So eventually these habits become quite fast and quite easy to do. But what they are is building concrete underneath your growth, so we don't slip and like to start getting infatuated with health and forget finances or something. So we've been through what it involves, and we've talked about it previously. Examination of the current emotional baggage, we'll go through that. Re-engagement of health as one of the most critical elements of happiness and well-being and lifestyle and business performance. We're going to talk about the commitment to a healthy environmental management that includes your clothing and includes your office and all these things, but we'll go through that. It's a new investment in learning and education, and a commitment to become a specialist and an expert in certain things in the world. Getting back inspired about work and the future opportunities, which is where we most often come off track. We get into a job that's boring and repetitive, and you know the opposite to happiness is boredom. We improve your thinking and give you a new self-talk and actions, real life, everyday shift. And there's the cycle. And when we start the next week, we start from where we finished. So in other words, your new actions stay in place. We don't throw them away. We don't say, oh, that's the end of that week, let's not do that anymore. We keep doing the exercises, but we add more. So at the end of 4 weeks, you'll have about 49 different things you'll do every day that are so simple, so no-brainer, but they put you on track, right back on track, right down the center. It's Chris Walker. Have a beautiful day. Bye.